Another day, another lunch. I don't know if it's just me, but I think everything tastes better when it's diced really small. Why am I such a train wreck right now? Did I just buy like the lettuce? I don't know what I've done. Does that look good? I can't tell. Let's get this in the pot. Is it weird that this is actually a coaster? I washed them. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am excited for today's video because I've been wanting to do a video like this for a really long time, and I'm committed to doing it this week, and that is showing you a full week of lunches. I do personally eat like vegan, plant-based, but a lot of these recipes you can use real cheese, or if you want to swap out like real meat or add eggs, like totally up to you, whatever fits your preference. I just think that videos like this are great for recipe inspiration and new ideas. I get asked quite a bit to do full day of eatings, and I totally understand the curiosity of wanting to know like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but honestly, what I eat in a full day is so variable on a day-to-day basis that I don't think seeing a singular day is super helpful. Plus, I don't want anyone to think that if they eat exactly the same as I'm eating throughout the day, that they'll look like me or achieve similar results, because we're all so different and we all thrive on different ways of eating. But like I said, I think these videos are super helpful for inspiration, getting some recipe ideas, and just sparking that motivation in meal planning again, because I know it can get kind of tedious. So today's Monday, it's day one, and I actually meal prepped this lunch last night, but I'll show you and break down the meal a little bit. And also, as a dietitian, my approach to eating is very intuitive. I don't track calories or count macros. I do what's called intuitive eating. So I am in control of what I eat, when I eat, and how much I eat. I don't think of any food as good food or bad food, and I don't think of any particular meals as cheat meals. I think that all types of food can fit in a healthy, well-balanced eating pattern, and there's no need to create division of good versus bad. Food is just food, and food can nourish you in a ton of different ways. So like I said, I do more of an intuitive eating approach. So when I put my meals together and I'm planning, I have a very loose structure, and I teach this inside my course, but it's what we call my plate, and it's basically balancing your meal among all the different food groups. So you have like protein, grain, vegetable, fruit. Some people think in terms of macros, which is protein, carbs, and fat, but I like to do food groups, but to each their own. And when I'm putting my main meals together, I'm trying to get at least 3 different food groups. Usually for me, it's like a protein, vegetable, and a grain or a starchy vegetable. So without further ado, I'm going to show you lunch number 1 and walk you through how I put it together. I didn't follow any specific recipe for this. I just kind of threw it together as I went, but it's actually pretty good. All right, so we did this little skillet. I don't know what I would call this. Basically, I took a package of Beyond Meat Italian sausages, around 6 large red potatoes, 1 bell pepper, half of a red onion, and a handful of spinach. I cut the potatoes into small bite-sized pieces, and I air fried them for about 12 or 15 minutes with some olive oil, salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning. And then in a skillet, I cooked up the sausages and then threw in some diced red onion and sliced bell pepper. I also threw in a couple tablespoons of, I don't know, can I say this on YouTube? Bitchin sauce. It's so good if you haven't had it. I definitely recommend. It's so good on basically everything. And I shredded up about 1/3 of a cup of vegan Parmesan cheese, and I just mixed everything together, and here's what we got. Happy Tuesday. Another day, another lunch. Veggies assembled. All right, so we diced up half of that red onion, half of a red bell pepper, and just a couple of these cherry tomatoes. Here comes the sizzle. So while the veggies cook, I'm just going to explain what we're having for lunch today. The inspiration is from like the soup and sandwich combination. I made a huge batch of a vegetable soup last night to basically clear out the fridge and use up everything that was on its last leg. So I have a bunch of soup, so I'm going to basically heat up some leftover soup and I'm going to eat it with a sandwich, but I'm actually going to do a bagel with cream cheese and top it with these sauteed veggies. Just sounds so good. So again, there's really no recipe for this. I guess for the soup that I made last night, I did look at another similar veggie soup just for rough measurements. Alright, veggies are nice and cooked up. I made a little bit more than what I just need for now. We don't have a toaster, so we have to do it the old school way. Alright, we have our soup. It's nice and warm. This is the best vegan cream cheese. We're gonna be generous. Alright, we have our lunch. I was actually really surprised that this came together really well. Just considering how random it was. Oh yeah. That's really good. And if you're obsessed with spicy as much as I am, just a little bit. Ooh. I'm just doing one for now in case I don't want the other one spicy. But that is lunch for day 2. Happy Wednesday. Day 3 of our week of lunches. Today, we're going to do wraps, and I haven't had a buffalo chickpea wrap in a minute, so I'm going to make that really quick and I'll show you how I do it. Again, I'm not following any recipe, I'm just kind of winging it. Alright, so I rinsed and drained 1 can of chickpeas. We have a celery, carrot. I probably won't use all of this, I may just use half. And I used this earlier in the week, I believe, for that bagel I had yesterday. So I'm probably going to use half of this. We want the really tiny pieces. I don't know if it's just me, but I think everything tastes better when it's diced really small. It's pretty well mashed. There's some full beans in here, it's not a big deal. Just wanted to get most of it mashed. And now we're going to add, why am I such a train wreck right now? Now we're going to add some buffalo sauce. This is the one I'm using. I could care less that it's Whole30 approved. I just grabbed whatever buffalo sauce I saw on the shelf. I'm gonna eyeball it. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be a 1/4 cup of sauce. And I got the medium one. I think they have mild, but totally depends on your spice threshold. I personally like my food to catch my mouth on fire. You can always add more, but you cannot take it out. It's a couple tablespoons. I'm looking for a color. Also, like, texture-wise, you want it to be like a little wet. I've seen some people put vegan ranch in with their buffalo sauce, which if you like ranch, go for it. I know, I don't like ranch. That's pretty. The way I'm stirring this might be cringy to some of you guys. One more little splash. Woo, that came out way faster than I thought. Why is it spicy? Oh man. I feel like some people would taste it at this point, but it's not in the wrap yet, so you're not gonna get the full experience, you know? Mmm. That's so good. It's spicy. Woo! But it's good. It's not too much. It's good. I just buy like lettuce? Like, took away its privacy. What is wrong with me today? This was the smallest thing of romaine I could find. Normally I would just go all in and make like 2 cans of chickpeas and make double this amount, but we're still working through our leftovers and I don't want there to be so much food in there that it ends up going bad. So I'm doing a smaller portion. Didn't think I knew how to do that. It's like when I make soups, I only have one size I can make and it's extra large. Soup for days. All right, I'm gonna start with these 3. And then I have this little bit of spinach. I don't know, man. It says tortillas. Does it say how big? Just for a size reference. The normal ones that I get, I feel like these are never quite big enough to make wraps with. But these, I don't know. I don't know what I've done. I know it looks like it's on the counter, but guys, this is the biggest plate that I have. Like, I think that's good for me. We're here for the crunch. I want it to be a substantial wrap. All right. I actually don't know. All you Chipotle baristas out there criticize me. Ah. Collateral. Does that look good? I can't tell. Oh no, my burrito. It's broken. Moment of truth. How did that happen? Because you didn't wrap it good, Katie. Ah, I hate when you eat your hair too. All right, well, I would say that is a success. I didn't take a picture of it before I eat it. Happy Thursday. We are on day 4 of lunches this week, and I'm making the same butternut squash kale salad I made in the video I posted last week. You just saw me prepare a butternut squash and red onion. I'm just baking that at 375 for probably 45 minutes because I don't know if you pronounce it as farro or farro, but I'm gonna cook this. It takes about 30 minutes. I have 8 cups of water in a pot and I'm going to put in 1 cup of farro or farro. I need to look up how to say it. I think this is going to be the last lunch that I cook this week because I'm accumulating leftovers, so I think tomorrow, Friday, is going to be my leftovers day, especially because I have an appointment for baby tomorrow in the morning, so I'm not going to have time to prepare anything. So I'll just grab some leftovers. I hope that's okay with you guys. I'll try to make a different little combination, but let's get this in the pot. So while these things are cooking, the only thing that I have left to prepare is the kale and the dressing. The kale, I'm just cutting it into nice little thin, bite-sized pieces. And then the dressing is a maple balsamic dressing, if I remember correct. All right, so we have a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I'm just gonna do a couple tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. I don't have any measuring spoons, so I'm just kind of guessing. A couple tablespoons of maple syrup, and then a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Put a little dash of black pepper, and then we mix it up. We have to taste it, so I got some kale. I think it needs a little bit more. balsamic, a little bit more mustard. Good. See if that made a difference. I think that's it. All right, so I'm just going to massage the kale as I need it. I'm gonna pour a little bit of dressing on it and massage it in with a fork. I'm tempted to use my fingers, but I just don't want to get the dressing all over my hands right now. All right, let's assemble. This is meant to be a warm salad, so when I'm done with this, I put the veggies and the grains together so that when I want to heat it up, I can just do those together and keep the kale cold. I'm gonna shred up a little bit of this vegan Parmesan cheese. It's the Violife one. Cranberries. We got some silvered almonds. You could do pecans or walnuts. I'm gonna switch it up today. And then just a little bit more of the dressing on top. All right, it is gloomy in here, kind of dark, but this is our final product. Happy Friday, day 5 of this week of lunches. Today, we're going to throw together some leftovers, but in a different combination. I'm doing bagel. I'm getting a pan hot so I can toast it the old-fashioned way since we don't have a toaster. But I'm going to do the bagel with some cream cheese, and I think I'm going to put that chickpea mixture, the buffalo chickpea, on top. Maybe I'll do half with that and half with veggies. And then I have an apple I want to eat. I'm waiting for my bagel to toast, so I'm gonna eat this apple. Some peanut butter. Is it weird that this is actually a coaster? I wash them. I just don't have any tiny dishes. Using this guy again. Gotta be generous. I feel like since being pregnant, I have been obsessed with cream cheese. Alright, so these are the veggies. I warmed them up. They're pretty hot. Come on. Whoa, I completely missed the bagel. I kind of want to put cucumbers on top of this. I'm not gonna lie, this looks really delicious. All right. This lighting is really bright right here. I'm gonna try this one first. That's good. Especially with the cucumbers on top, that was a good idea. Veggie one. They're both really good. I guess this would conclude this video since today's Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I ate for lunch this week. I hope it gave you some ideas, some recipe inspo. If I have recipes that I did reference or kind of get inspiration from, I'll put links to those in the description. And other than that, I got nothing else to say. I'm gonna enjoy this, and I'll see you guys in my next video.